So here we go. It's Tom Kelly and John Oliver here at CBS Radford.
John Oliver in casual.
Casual.
Yes.
Very casual, John Oliver.
Very casual.
And we are talking about New York Street. This is New York Street. It's famous for all... you know, it's funny, my lighting's better that way. But this is the street. Let's walk for a second. Let's is the street so I can keep my daytime lighting. This is the street. Tell everybody what this is.
This is the street where they shot a lot of the exteriors, a lot of the action scenes for Seinfeld.
So the Marble
including
Rye. The race, I think this is where they did the Marble Rye and where the horsey would come down. And what was the name of the horse where he ate the...
I have no idea what the name of the horse
bronze
was.
and the beefarino, the horse that ate the beefarino. Anyway, this is it. What memories can we race on the Seinfeld Street?
We could race.
I'll race it right now. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and who wins? Coach Bevilacqua! Coach Bevilacqua!
Oh no!
And I'm realizing
over there. The boss is right
I'm realizing we shouldn't be racing and screaming while there's not just one but two bosses talking on phones.
That's the best thing. Always good to see Tom back from New York.
Yeah, so much for my job for season 8. So much
The
for season 8.
Tom Kelly Show. Everybody, I want you to go to the Tom Kelly Show. I want you all to know about the Tom Kelly Show.
Trigger warning, spoiler alert, the lighting's too good to not do a show. You are experiencing a Hollywood edition of the Tom Kelly Show. I should probably take off my insignia so people don't know what show I'm shooting and why I'm here, but I'm on the famous CBS Radford studio lot on what they call New York Street, and this is the block where they shot all the exterior scenes for Seinfeld. Those two brownstones over there, that's where they did if you remember the Marble Rye episode where they threw the Marble Ryes up, they did the New York City race here when it was Jerry was racing the guy from high school. Interesting side fact, the guy he ran against was whatever his name was, but the coach, remember Jerry Seinfeld is from Massapequa, New York. My friend Paul, my friend Paul's mom went to Massapequa High School with Jerry Seinfeld. Here's Jerry Seinfeld's yearbook picture. Yes, he went by the name Jerome Seinfeld back in high school. Geez, that's embarrassing. God, he's probably just drying his eyes with his millions over that embarrassment. Anyway, so I have a few minutes to do a quick mini podcast. I want to get a couple of shows in the bank for when I come back to New York. I hope you guys have enjoyed the chunk of pre-tape shows that I had, the delayed part 2s, as you were. They were full of silliness and fluff. And, it's funny, we get into the whole thing of what do we want out of the Tom Kelly Show podcast? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? I have some people saying, Tom, more deep shows where you are interviewing and talking to self-help coaches and manifestors and people who are making their dreams come true. And a special shout out, a special hello to Jack Squiccerini, who is probably listening while driving 2 hours to work in his Tesla. Hello, Jack. Jack wanted more deep shows. And then I have other friends who are saying, hey, Tom, more dumbass crap. And I hope to just keep giving you a mix of things as I need them. First, I'm out in California. You know what I'm doing. I'm shooting the $100,000 pyramid, people. It's day 4. It's like the end of summer camp. And I should be hanging out and charming real people, but I guess this is probably what's wrong with me. I would rather be entertaining masses than making real one-on-one connections. I'd rather be talking to you guys, the Tom Kelly Show audience. Actually, I have a couple of things coming up. I know Judy Jensen is coming in May, and I'm going to do a Wednesday night episode of the I'm just doing a spot at the West Side Comedy Club, and Judy's coming on a Wednesday night. I'll put that in the secret Tom Kelly Show Facebook fan group if you want to see me and meet Judy Jensen. I also have the opportunity to headline at Governor's, but I have to draw the entire crowd of 100 people. And that's on Long Island, and I'm debating doing a big New York area Tom Kelly Show meetup. Would any of you guys be interested in that? Coming to New York on a Saturday night or a Friday night and coming to Long Island. There are hotels near there, and we can make it a fun event. And the room that I want to perform in only has 80 people in it. Maybe we'll do a show, stand up, and then do a live podcast at the end. That could be fun. I don't know, that could be fun. What else is going on in my life? But yeah, so here I am. I'm out in California, and there was a contestant on the show who is a life coach. And she had a great line that I've heard in life coaching books before, and it's a mantra. And a mantra is the slogan you keep saying to yourself, and I've heard it before. The slogan is, everything keeps going my way. Imagine saying that even when things are going bad, because when things are going bad, it puts you on a path that'll lead to something good. Everything keeps going my way. So I kind of have been a little bit overwhelmed with planning. There's a chance I might meet up with a celebrity for a quick few minutes who has been kind of my career, but I've been on standby to do that for the last couple of days. I want to see my friend Paul on Sunday, so I booked that in. But there's always that anxiety of, and this is why I'm a bad planner, and I always let life happen to me, is whenever I make a commitment, I always feel like a bigger opportunity lands on your lap a few seconds later. So, I'm trying to just be. I'm trying not to overschedule myself, and I'm just trying to just do what I do in New York, which is just admit that God will provide, that I'm where God wants me to be. And I wish I could have some of this exploratory energy that I have here in California. I wish I could have that, or I need to bring that back with me to New York. Like when I'm in California, I'll go to a comedy club I've never been before, and balls to the wall. I'll say, hey, can I get up tonight? I'm Tom, I'm from New York, blah, blah, blah. And they say no. But I got bigger balls in California. That should be the state slogan. I've got bigger balls in California. So, yeah, I got bigger balls in California. Thought that would be fun to tell you. There's also something to be said about just detaching a bit, and I have trouble with that because, again, I have off on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Monday right now, and there's that urge to I need to schedule, I need to do things, I need to be here, I need to be there. There's something to be said about, I'm not going to schedule, and then I'll just start to schedule when I have time to think about it. I still have 2 more shows to do here at the game show, and yeah, I'm just very grateful to be here, man. Very grateful. But it's funny, you have the urge. So I'll tell you a story. A couple of weeks ago, I did a show, and there were 4 models in the crowd. There were 4 plus-size models. Each was 6 foot tall, pretty, beautiful women, and they came out for drinks with me after. And long story short, the only one was single. She was corny, wanted to be a comedian, and a friend of mine kept talking to the one single girl. And I'm like, God damn it, I got CB'd by my own married friend. And I wound up talking to someone else who was great, but you could just tell she wasn't as into me, and whatever. So you just have to, again, you have to just say, all right, I'm where God needs me to be. But you talk about, again, taking certain chances. And I haven't done this in a while because I'm not working regularly at a TV show. But one of my ways of flirting was to make little videos on the sets of whatever shows I'm working at and then slide into the DMs, if you would. So this particular friend loves dad jokes. So I slipped in a few dad jokes to see if that would get her to fall in love with me. What do you call an angry carrot? A steamed vegetable. And what do you call a horse that goes to therapy? Stable. Dad jokes. She likes dad jokes. Me, dad aged. Thought I'd slide in. It's funny when you talk about meeting people. I met a younger person whom I actually don't want to date. It's a coworker sort of thing. But just in case there was that moment you think about flirting with someone younger, there's nothing better. And again, if this podcast is about owning the midlife crisis, here's your story about this. There's nothing like that moment when you flirt with somebody and somehow this person blurted out her mom was born in 1971. And you go, geez, I am only 5 years younger than her mom. That is painful. That is painful. Arg. Again, I just want to keep shooting here just to have this location. How great is that? Like, seriously, I am never going to have a better location for a podcast than right now. And look at this golden hour sun. I'm so hot. What do you think of this? Going on athletic dates. I went out with a friend of mine, Jen Connor. She knows who she is. I've known her for years, and we went to Marina DelRay in California, and she took me kayaking. And I was afraid of looking like a big, out of shape old man with her. Jen is a couple of years younger than me, and definitely a lot more athletic. She's an athletic trainer. And Jen took me to Marina DelRay, and I got really nervous about kayaking with her because it was a very windy, choppy day. And again, I'm talking about putting orthotics in my shoes. I'm feeling old, people. I'm owning my age. I just turned 40 about 6 years ago. How old am I? I'm somewhere between Dr. Scholl's and depends. Anyway, those are the sticky jokes. But, you know, I'm at my age where, or I'm at my level of out of shapeness where I don't want to look like the guy who's trying too hard, and I don't want to, I don't want to get a hernia and pull my crotch while on a date. You know, the not fun way. You know, I mean, if I'm gonna get a hernia, I'd like to get it the funny way. Anyway, God bless. We ran into sea lions. Maybe I'll show you. Actually, you know what? If I'm gonna edit this, maybe I just inserted a clip of the sea lions. There you go. So anyway, but there's that thing, athletic dating. I once went for a hike with YouTuber Nikki Delventhal. I've talked about her on the podcast. She is somebody I helped promote her YouTube channel when I started doing my podcast. Now she has 2 million followers, and somehow I have less than when I started. She's the one who was living in the back of her Prius, going to all these camping sites, and I went hiking with her for a day. And it wasn't a date. It wasn't a date. But I went hiking with her for a day, and it was just like, oh my gosh. Oops, I do not look like a man with you right now, do I? You know, so anyway, I think I look manly enough to go kayaking with my friend. Special shout out to my friend Paul and my brother Sal. We were on the kayak team as a kid. The local beach club had a kayak team. My brother was good enough at it that he went to the Empire State Games a lot. And our coach was a man named Joe Studley. What a great name for a coach. Joe Studley. Say that out loud again. Who's your coach? Joe Studley. But anyway, there's kayaking, which is, one on each side, and canoeing, you just do one side. With canoeing, you always end up having one bigger arm than the other. What people, here's the other thing about me and working at TV shows. Lots of downtime. But I get very nervous when I'm not in the spot I'm supposed to be in. So I'm going to make the show short. I'm going to get out now. I've recorded 12 minutes of me looking sexy. Oh, last funny one. So, again, big breaks here at the TV shows. And I was really tired on day 2. Really tired. And we had a really long break. And I sat on one of the benches. The bench right behind me. Oh, you really can't see it in that shot. But a bench just like that one. But the sun was on me. And long story short, this is how passed out I was. Jim Tomlinson Jr., one of our camera guys, was taking pictures of me looking like a homeless man on the New York City street. I posted that on my Instagram, and none of you have hit like on it. Lazy people. Lazy. Here I am, spending my free time creating entertainment for you. Show your damn gratitude. All right, that's a little much. That's a little much. Let's do a magic mirror moment. Who do I want to see? Oh, so I got this beautiful note on one of the episodes I just did. By the way, if you're new to the Tom Kelly Show, there are 250 episodes archived. About 100 are on YouTube now, and another 250 are on TomKellyShow.com at podcast.TomKellyShow.com. Go enjoy the archive. My friend Jack went back to episode 250. Actually, we're almost up to episode 300 now. Just go back, enjoy me. It's there, it's free, you deserve it. Oh, 2 things before I magic mirror. We're about 13 minutes in. My cameraman friend, Zach Solomon, said he wants to sponsor the show. The problem is I'm afraid of what he'd do if I allowed him to financially sponsor it. How much do you think I should charge for a sponsorship at the end of the show? After the magic mirror, I do a commercial. How much is the end spot of the show worth? Costs $22 a month to host the show on the podcasting website. Is it worth $50 per episode? Because I think he's going to make me do something dirty. I think he is. Also, note on the Steve Berger episode of the show, my friend Krishna Ramnath, who I worked with at a production company in the 1990s, he wrote a beautiful note saying, Tom, when you do the magic mirror moment, thank you for shouting me out, because when I was a kid and I would watch the magic mirror on Romper Room, he knew Miss Molly was never going to say a name like Krishna, because it was a very ethnic name, and you're not really, especially back then in the 70s and 80s, not too many Krishnas are going to think it's about them. So I'm going to magic mirror one more time for my friend Krishna. I'm also going to do a fully Indian magic mirror right now. Magic mirror for Raj, for Suki, for Sumta, and Krishna. I see you. Folks, new episodes every Monday and Wednesday at TomKellyShow.com, on YouTube at Tom Kelly Show. And all I ask that you guys do is go check for my content and comment where you can comment, show love where love can be shown. Thank you for taking this adventure with me. And until next time, good night, Hollywood.